Hello pets, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a family Q&A. I only picked a couple questions that were sent in. I think I have like 10, I don't remember, but I just got them off of Instagram and we're just going to answer some questions that people asked about my family. Some tea will be spilt. Sip sip and get your teacups ready. Just kidding, it's not gonna be like crazy tea. I don't have like, stuff about my dad is probably the tea of tea because you guys don't know anything about my dad. So yeah, tea will be spilled. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Michaela and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Make sure you have the notification bell on if you do subscribe, which I think you should. Become a webhead, join my webhead family. But don't forget to put the notification bell on because YouTube sucks and they don't like to notify you anytime I upload 99.9% of the time. So make sure the notification bell is on. It's gonna be a long video. Also, if you're wondering why I have over blushed everything here, I'm trying out like stuff for like cosplay and I'm seeing how it's gonna look on camera filming wise. So if you see this and you're like, what the heck, I'm testing it out for cosplay. So yeah, I like it. I think it's cute. I wouldn't really wear this out in public, but I think overall just the blush is cute. I see a hair right there. Okay. Who is your favorite person in your family and why? That is a good question. Besides my mom, I don't really have like a favorite. I have favorites. It sounds really bad saying that now. My grandma, my grandpa, he's like my best friend. I go to him to talk about anything and eat cookies with. And then my cousin Sophia, Davy, and my uncle David. Now, the reason why I have like five is because like I'm really close with them. Out of like besides my mom, like I'm like the closest with them. And my uncle David passed on good genes to Sophia and Davy because literally they're the best. Love them. What happened with your cousin that was stalking you? Why do you care? Why do you care that they stalk so much? It creeps me out, I guess I would say. Like that they're so invested in me that they have to like try and get me in trouble is like that's why I care. It's like why are you doing that? Like why are you trying to get me in trouble when it has no benefit to you? Like I'm the one that's gonna be affected. Like well, what are you gonna gain out of it? So it's like it's stressing me out because it's like my own family. That makes sense. Did you go on family vacation? If so, where? I think the family vacation I went to, I think like vacation wise, I'd have to say when I went to go see Tom back in Arizona, we went to Sedona. My grandma, and my mom, and we drove to Sedona. We did some sightseeing. Like that was the most vacation I've done this year. I hope to next year be able to do more vacation stuff, to be honest, because that'd be great. Tell us about your dad. Now, my parents split when I was 9, I believe. Was around Christmas. It's also why I don't like Christmas so much. I mean, I love it, but I don't like it as much just because it's kind of like a time of the year. Like, it reminds me that, like, my parents, like, my mom found out that my dad was cheating, and, so that's another thing. My dad cheated on my mom. Also, he's a good man. He just had a rough bringing up as well. My dad's the one that introduced me to Queen, AC/DC, Metallica, you name it, all the metal bands and everything else. That's from my dad. So my AC/DC beanie would not even be a part of my life if it wasn't for my dad. So very thankful. um, just like my dad likes penguins. He loves metal music. I had a hard time. I'll just say like I had a hard time after the divorce. It was a lot emotionally, and there's just a lot that happened between the three of us, and our bond has gotten better though. I have to say that we're not as distant with each other like we were in the past, so that's good versus like we would barely talk before. But I started going to therapy when I was younger. Around the time that my parents split, I was going through a lot. Like depression, like grasped me, like branded me basically as its bitch. Um, so I had to say that my dad's like a cause of my depression, but I still love him. I don't hate him. People make mistakes, but sometimes they're not smart when they make them. People can change. He's doing a lot better, so I have to say that my dad's doing better. Explain the shit going on between your mom and her boyfriend. Um, I would, but my mom got mad at me the last time that I posted about her relationship stuff. It was just to sum it up, I'm not gonna like go into depth about it. There was just not like agreements, like disagreements on how things, and then also like stuff about his kids, and like it was just 7 people, like including our like all of us, including the pets, in one home. And then also like it wasn't working out with like my mom and her health, and it's just like a lot of stuff's going on. They're still together, so there's that. How is your relationship with your parents? Now, my mom and I are really close. Of course, like we butt heads every so often. It's kind of normal, but like we're kind of like two people. Like it's not like an apartment, but like a condo. But like it's like two people like living together. Like we're practically roommates. My mom calls me her roommate. But basically, my mom and I are pretty close. Like I call my mom my best friend. Um, my dad, we're okay. We don't really talk all the time, but like we talk around the holidays and every so often in between. He sent me a scarf and a Christmas ornament, which I added here. If you can see, I added it like right there. I took it apart and like stuck it inside the O. I mean, we're doing a lot better than like our relationship that we had in the past. Like, it was really bad, like really bad, to where like I literally told my dad I hated him. And like, I don't like using the word hate, but like, I said I hated him. Like, I hate you. Like, you're evil. I said all what you could imagine just because of like this divorce and how bad it was. Like, I'm still emotionally scarred. Like, I have really bad trust issues. Also, like, where I get my manipulative trait from is from my dad. It's because, like, I was so used to it that, like, my mind, like, I can use it on other people now. Like, it's not healthy. But, basically, my dad caused a lot of problems for me. And, I mean, we still talk. It's not like it's awful. Love him. He's my dad. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. You know, I need A and B to equal C. I don't know. It's kind of weird talking about my dad. I normally don't talk about my dad. If you go like super far back on my channel, you'll be able to find vlogs that I did when I was in Massachusetts with him. Yeah, like old vlogs. What's the tea, sis? The tea is that people are snakes in this family. People stab you in the back. People talk shit about you to their friends, and their friends text you about it. You know, it's just really funny. People assume things. They assume things, and then they make up a bigger problem than it should be. Then I get the backlash for it. So that's the tea. Family is family. They drive you crazy, and you love them, but half of them you don't like, and half of them you do. That's how I view it, or unless some people really love all their family members, but let's face it, not everybody loves everybody. What is your family like? Now, how I would describe me and my family first is I am the white sheep in a tan flock. Mexican, like when we all get together with the other cousins, like other cousins, there's always babies at parties, like they're always producing like rabbits kind of thing. But like my family, like my mom's immediate family, um, they how do I describe them? You have my uncle that works for like always talks about work, and then you have my uncle who's like has super funny and like awesome with his like jokes and stuff, and then you have his wife who's love her. She constantly like with all her health issues and stuff, like not like bad health issues, but like just like she can't have like gluten, all this stuff. Like she's like the person that like watches what she eats and everything, like to make sure it doesn't have this and that in it. Um, Now we'll get to that relative family. I guess, and then you have my third kids. Got the fun, uh, fun child. If you've seen a video of mine, I made a video just for my cousin Sophia. Fun as hell. Love her. Biggest heart ever. Oh my god, she has the biggest heart. Super sweet. Love her. And then you got a brother. They're kind of like, when you put them together, when they're in a room together, they're like your lungs hurt. Like, you're laughing. They're like an iconic duo. They're super funny. They get it from their dad. Like, they get their humor from their dad, and it shows. And Davy, or David, but I call him Davy, but him and I are cool. Like, we're just cool vibes and stuff all the time. Super chill. Like, love him to death. We got, like I said, the uncle that just constantly talks about work, either all the time talks about work, and then his wife, very loving. Like, holidays are her season. She's always dressed for the occasion, like fun sweaters, and she's like the fun, like, holiday aunt, like that you see in the movies that are like, hello, and they have like oh shit, my phone. That they're always just like decked out. Like, her house is always decked out for the holidays, like hardcore. Love going to her house because she has so many decorations. Like, I swear there's new stuff every year since I've been little, so she's got a lot. Their daughter, Brianna, she's going to school. Busy bee. Her brother, Brad, super athletic. He's the god of the family. Very the handsome. He's the handsome cousin of the family. I would like to say that because he's the oldest grandson, and I'm the oldest granddaughter, and I'm the pretty one. Oh, that sounds so like narcissistic of me to say, but I will take that title. Like, he is the god, I'm the goddess. There we go. I will take that much. All of them are pretty. I'm just saying, but like, oldest, yeah. I just like to say that because I'm oldest. Firstborn granddaughter. I'm holding my whatever title I can get. Okay, whatever title I can get. Now, those are my mom's two sisters' families. Then we got me, my mom, with the fun ones. I get my fun nature from my mom, and also I just get like my moodiness from my dad. Now my grandma is, make sure you have food at the end of the night, just your typical grandma. Great food, always making sure you've eaten. My papa, love him. He's like okay, so recently my grandparents split, and so he lives in his own apartment now, and I was over visiting him, and he had popcorn because I brought popcorn over, and he uses his belly and he puts the popcorn there and he's just eating. And then I look at him and I start laughing, and he goes, I gotta use his belly for something. And then also he has like that sweet little, like, sweet little persona. And then there's the Walter from that Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist doll, the Walter. Then there's Walter. So my grandpa has a good side and then a Walter side. So there's sometimes like he's not having it. Like, he doesn't do phones. The last phone he had, he literally threw it. Like, there was one time he threw it out on the highway, threw it in the fireplace. Like, technology is not his favorite. So he's like your stereotypical grandpa with technology. Like, oh my god. Then we got my mom's dad. My mom's dad. My grandpa Juan. Now my grandpa Juan is very like traditional Mexican. Gave me shit for my tattoos and my piercings. Was not having it. Like, he's that, like, he worked in like a prison, so like tattoos mean like bad, like bad. So, and then there's his wife Leticia. I'm not gonna talk about my grandpa Juan's wife, and the reason why is apparently my mom, she told me the other day, like, grandpa Juan said that you said something like you were swearing or whatever on your YouTube, and I was like, yeah, because I fucking swear. Like, what? Like, it's not news to me. And she was like, well, he said you said something, like, you need to be careful. And I was like, when the fuck does he watch my videos? So like I'm not gonna talk about his wife because my opinion might offend him and I don't want to do that like at all. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. This is gonna be yeah, this is gonna be the last question. Um, how old are you when you got your dog? Now, if we're talking Harley, well, first I had a dog named Kaylee. I got her when I was 4, and it was, I believe, when I was going through cancer treatment. We got Kaylee, and then I can't remember how old I was, but I think I might have been in 3rd grade or 4th grade, and we got Allie. Now, Allie was a, I think a rescue, not a rescue. I think she was a rescue. I don't remember very much because she wasn't in our home very long. She tore up stuff, and my dad had to like bring her back or whatever. So Allie didn't stay very long, but then we got Harley because I was very adamant I wanted a poodle. I had a book about dogs, and I was like, I want a poodle. I want a mini poodle. I want a poodle. I was very adamant about having a poodle. Let me just say that. I got a poodle. My cousins had puppies. My cousins had poodle puppies, and so we went. And I remember none of the puppies just felt right. I was wearing a Spurs jersey, and then Harley. I have the Spurs jersey like literally outside of my garage. Harley hooked his little nails in there, and he would not let go. And like he was just like there hanging on hanging on my jersey and I was like, I want him. I want him. I want this one. So we kept Harley and I named him Harley Davidson. We got him a Harley collar. Like my baby boy was decked out. He was, oh my god, he was literally the size in my hands. Like, oh my god, I remember when he was such a baby and oh my god, am I crying? I literally raised him since he was a puppy, like raised that baby. And yeah, I had them. I had Kaylee until she ran off into the sunset after she was diagnosed with cancer. She was like, "Bitch, I'm out." And yeah, I've just been raising Harley ever since. But yeah, that's, I think it was in 2nd grade. It was in 2nd grade because my best friend, like, I mean, I still think of her as my best friend, but she probably doesn't think of me as her best friend. But Taylor, if you're seeing this, hi, I love you. I would, Harley was a puppy when Taylor and I became best friends in like 2nd grade. So I want to say I'm 100%, yeah. Like I'm dead to, yeah, dead certain that it was 2nd grade. I don't know how old I was because I'm terrible with numbers and ages, but it was 2nd grade because Taylor and I would always play with Harley, and I was very dumb. I was a kid and I flipped my dog backwards because I thought he was a gymnast. Yeah, I will never do that. Never let my kids alone with dogs. I will make sure they're old enough to play with dogs. I was very dumb, but yeah, we would have like this tent outside and we'd like make a little burrow for him. Like we did so much for Harley. But yeah, I've had Harley for a very long time. 13 years of my life, good god. Okay, webheads, if you like today's video, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.